Hey yo, so welcome back to NASCAR reactions. We haven't done any of these in a long time. All the way back to June 11th of this year, actually. So I see the gain on the mic is just probably probably a little bit too powerful. Yeah, it's definitely very powerful. But here we are for the next edition of NASCAR reactions, and for our first order of business, we're going to be reacting to NASCAR choke moments uploaded by MMCS. I'll be sure to include the original video and the original uploader down in the description. The links to both of those things down in the description as well. And we're not gonna waste much time, so let's get down to business, shall we?
Wide open on the top of the track. It's gonna be a drag race right to the end. Here goes Burton on the high side.
Yeah, this was.
Block out of turn 4. Burton squeezes high. They are door to door.
Yeah, Kyle just got loose right there. I mean,
Jeff Burton takes the win, and Kyle Busch slams the wall.
I don't know if I consider that a choke though. This was definitely considered to be a choke. This right here is a choke. Ambrose just messed up so bad right there.
No! Can you believe this? Carl Edwards gets around and Marcus makes one mistake.
That's a choke. That is a choke.
Hits the ripple strips, goes airborne, and loses the race all by himself.
All right.
He's got a fast car.
Oh.
And Jeff Gordon has spun around. 2 laps to go, the leader.
That hurts me as a Gordon fan at heart to watch this. That hurts.
Moment of the day. Watch this with 2 laps to go. Turn 1, Jeff Gordon.
I don't know.
And Tony Stewart assumes.
The thing is, I don't know if I would consider that a choke, to be honest. I mean, because he must have either gotten loose or just wheel hopped. So, to me, what would count as a choke is if, you know, you yourself as the driver completely has one mulligan going into a corner entry midway through the corner exit, that just costs you the lead and the win. I don't think a mechanical failure or getting loose, just the car simply getting loose, you not doing anything wrong necessarily, which that's kind of hard for me to explain. It's kind of hard to understand. I mean, I don't really know what I'm saying in this instance. Now I've got myself confused, but to me, any sort of mechanical failure or wheel hopping, which could have been in the case of Jeff Gordon here, going into turn 1, I don't know if I would consider that a choke. I mean, that's just me. I'm not trying to be biased here, so if it sounds like I'm being biased, I promise I'm not. At least in this case. That's not a choke. I don't think that's a choke. I think it was just Byron that pinched Johnson down.
He's on the low side of the track trying to get underneath Biffle. Oh, trouble.
That looks like a choke.
The championship points leader goes
because what that was
seconds.
is just,
Caution is out.
if you watch that actual replay, if you have never seen it before, it's just Hamlin just coming off of turn 2 right there, just washing up the track, coming up, and he's not even lifting to give Biffle room at all, and that happens. That to me is a choke.
Just turned right down on me.
See, Hamlin gets a run.
Like look.
I don't see Biffle turning left.
That's
Here, like going back. Like here, look at that. Yeah, he's just going. He went up, and he just gets into the door of Biffle.
I mean, he might have come
and
just
then
a little bit,
this
but
happens.
then he was going up into him there.
This looks like a choke. That to me is a choke.
Always looks a little different, I promise you, from the driver's seat. It's exactly what does happen. You think you're giving him enough room, but
this is a choke. This is the mother of all chokes.
The final turn. He needs the position. Oh, Harvick spins the 18.
Turns
into the 18. He turns as well. The 18 crosses the start.
And I still can't believe. That should have been Harvick's time right there. Again, this also is a choke. This is a choke.
going to miss the corner.
He misses it into the wall.
Yeah.
Kevin Harvick hard. The right front of the caution comes out.
That's a choke. I'm not sure. It was just, I think it was just Harvick trying to get away from Elliott, thinking that Elliott was going to send it.
One, just overcooks it, drives in there too deep, locks the left front tire up. Now it just
that
can't
happens.
Turn. Missed that
Front tires locked up.
Directly into the wall. Remember we saw Chase Elliott.
There's nothing you can do in that scenario. It's like you're on black ice.
Harvick got left of it.
I can attest to it.
He wants that point. That playoff point.
This is not a choke.
Might be a preview of what we see later. The racing
I don't know. Now, with this,
this is breaking into the final chicane here.
I don't know if I would consider that a choke.
All over him. Able to get to the inside here.
That's kind of tough. To me, it's kind of it fits in the lines of both. It's a choke because this is a block gone wrong. It's not a choke because it's not for the race win. It's just for the stage win itself and extra points towards the Xfinity Series chase at that point. So it's kind of it's a choke, but it's not a choke at the same time.
I think so.
That's how I see it.
Remember, we saw a restart.
This is not a choke.
But the control of this race changed.
This right here is not a choke.
hard into the wall. Denny Hamlin from the lead slams into the wall.
Because it's not like Hamlin
Again, we see a right side
knew the tire was going to go
front
down.
Failure, and Hamlin hard into the wall.
I wouldn't consider that a choke because that's
Those tires not build those air pressures up too much, and he's also Jimmy Johnson going around
into the wall hard.
Unbelievable.
now I don't know. Now with this situation, I don't know if I would consider that a choke because I don't.
You won here in 19.
I'd have to see the replay again because I think it was Buescher. I don't know if that came down into Jimmy. I don't know if it was Jimmy that came up into Chris Buescher when he was trying to put him a lap down. It could have been a choke on the part of Jimmy Johnson there. I mean, I can't remember exactly, but we'll figure it out.
93, here comes Mayfield. He made a move on the outside there. Mayfield going for
Nah, I wouldn't consider this a choke. This is just racing. Pure racing. That to me is not a choke because I don't know what you'd say to that. That's just pure racing. This is a choke. That is a dive bomb going into turn 9, gone completely wrong.
Hey,
this also is a choke. Pretty easily. I'm just going through this and just reaction and just telling you what to me what's a choke and what's not a choke. This is a choke. A little bit of wheel hopping had to do with it. Maybe it could have been Hamlin overshooting the final corner. I mean, that's probably what could have happened. It could have been a blend of both. But if it was more so Hamlin overshooting the corner, then that's a choke. But I have to go back and listen to chatter.
Here we go. Stewart inside.
I didn't hear any chat. I didn't hear any wheel chatter at all. I really didn't hear anything. And if it was wheel hopping on that onboard, you would have seen like some rattling. You would have seen a visual rattle. Look. I don't see a lot of it. I really don't see a lot of it. So to me, that's a choke because from my observation, Hamlin completely overshot the final corner.
He's trying to drive the car right now faster and harder than the tires will allow him to.
I think this could be a choke. Maybe because Junior thought he was clear and tried to get up in front of Carl.
Carl Edwards as Earnhardt Jr. moves up the racetrack.
Yeah, I can see this being a choke.
A little bit of contact, at 190 miles per hour.
Probably thought he was clear, tried to
Didn't Junior do something
take Carl's
like that?
run away
Here.
by just
Here.
blocking
Was that
him.
was Ryan Newman?
Was it Ryan Newman?
Yeah.
Man,
That
he's got
sucks.
brake. Look how the brakes are
Oh,
high.
he gets there.
Let's see.
He's there.
Brakes are Elliott inside in the chicane.
I don't think that's a choke on the part of Ryan Blaney. It's a choke on Chase Elliott, because look at this. Watch this.
He's got brake. Look how the brakes are
Oh,
high.
he gets there. He's there.
Brakes are
He Elliott, because what happens here in this scenario is just Blaney is squeezing Chase into the into the turtle strips, and Elliott's trying not to go off course. So Elliott door slams essentially door slams Ryan Blaney, turns him, and he does. And Elliott, this kills Elliott's momentum, but it helps Kyle Busch. So to me, it's a choke, but on the part of Chase Elliott.
Hopes of making it into the round of 8.
That's not
go
a
up in
choke.
smoke.
Well, this tells me it wasn't just an electronic
This
issue.
is not a
unless
choke.
that caused some sort of mechanical failure.
It's a
See the
mechanical
smoke out the
failure.
pipes.
To me,
You know,
this is
listen,
not a
there's
choke.
100 things
It
that
is
could
just
be
a
inside the
mechanical
engine,
failure.
definitely a
It's not like the
failure
driver
that
hit a
is not gonna be
detonation
okay.
button on
The
the
outside. Carl
deal.
Edwards on
This
the inside. Green flag back in the air. They're blocking. Go down low. Carl Edwards into the wall. He got tagged by the 22. Big hits by the 19.
As much as I hate to say that, and as much as somebody like Wyatt, who could potentially be watching this, would hate for me to say it, this was a choke. And I think Wyatt would have to agree with me on this one, and anybody else who absolutely dreaded watching this happen to Carl. They'll all probably have to agree and say this is a choke. And I mean that in the lightest way possible. I'm not saying this from the standpoint of haha, Carl choked. I'm saying this from the standpoint of like, oh damn, Carl kind of choked that one away. He was doing everything he could, but it was just a block that went wrong.
Exactly what we saw Joey Logano was going to try to do.
All right.
Bubba trying to block. He gets into the 20. The 20 slides. The 18 goes by. The caution hasn't come out yet. Now
I see it.
The 20
I see it.
Wow,
that was a really, really slow start.
All right, let's see this.
That could have been one of those starts that just turned people down. Right there.
Like that.
Just like that, man. Just exactly like that.
I'd have to see that. I have to see that again.
That could have been one of those starts that just turned people down. Right there.
Like that.
Yeah, I think I'd say that's a choke. Because if you watch closely, you'll see Jeff come down a little bit. I think that's Harvick. Comes down on the nose of the third place guy. I think he was trying to block him or try to get in front of them to get a push, get some assistance to get around Kyle, and he just misjudged getting down in front of him.
Watching the flag stand, still under green.
Which this also hurts.
Jones is getting, here comes Dylan.
All right.
He's not going to back off this time.
Let's see this.
3 wide going into 1. Look at Timothy Peters down on the bottom. Jones going around.
No, this is not a choke. It's just a racing deal. Racing. Like, this right here.
Timothy Peters down on the bottom.
It's 4 wide. Dylan comes up into Eric Jones. And just gets into the left rear quarter panel of his truck. Just sends him around. That's not a choke. That's just racing. Now, I hate to admit it. I hate to put my homeboy under the bus like that.
He's got big damage. I told you,
It's kind of a choke. And I say kind of because, you know, because with 2 to go, you're not lifting. With these trucks and with this type of engine package that these trucks have now, you're not lifting. You are not lifting at all. If you were in the position that Carson Hocevar was in, or Ryan Preece, or Ross Chastain, Eckes, Nemechek, Enfinger, basically anybody towards the front of this group, you're not lifting. You are not lifting at all. Even if it means the back end of your truck steps out like that. It's kind of a choke, but it isn't really, because I see this more as a racing deal.
Just too much speed to hold it down on the bottom, and Carson gets loose.
And I'd add on to the little bit of a choke part because he got down on the apron and just clipped it just enough to where his truck starts to get loose and fishtail a little bit, like you're here.
Just too much
speed
to hold
see,
it down
he
on
just
the
kind
bottom,
of washes up
and
and
gets
then
loose. Nice job by Grant Enfinger squeezing through there.
Oh, what's this?
Oh, Jimmy! Trouble! Kenseth in the wall, Biffle in the wall. Kenseth spins into the pack.
I see it, but I don't at the same time. I don't know.
Restart. I thought he was going to be able to get it well out in front of Kenseth.
Yeah, but Kenseth got over on his quarter pound for just a second. You see Jimmy try to get away, but Kenseth had a good restart.
No,
Jimmy just got
kind
loose
of.
before he got down in there. He was
It's
just
kind
trying
of
to
half and
drive it
half.
off in the corner and make sure that
He got a
got
little
ahead.
loose. Jimmy got a little loose.
There goes Tony. Oh, my goodness.
But, you know, it's just a racing deal.
Crash in turn 4.
Man,
and there in the midst of it sits Tony Stewart and Kurt Busch, the 2 leaders.
I believe, I'm not sure, but I believe Tony got a little loose all at once.
Kurt Busch, the 2 will go straight to the garage, Jerry.
I'm worried about you. I ain't worried about that car.
Let's
That
see.
was Greg Zipadelli,
Trying to
Stewart's
think
crew
about
chief.
this one. How do I want to?
And the strongest Chevy and the strongest Dodge in Daytona are wrecked.
Let's watch it. I don't know if Kurt got into the back of Tony or not. Let's wait till we get around here and see. Tony's car just Tony hit the apron. He got down on the apron.
I kind of see that being a
Kurt
choke.
was all over the back of him, and there he goes.
Because
down on the let's wait till we get around
because
here and
look,
see. Tony's car just
Tony's car starts to fishtail a little bit. The back end starts to step out a little bit. And it was just enough for the front end of the car to get down onto the apron.
Tony's car just Tony hit the apron.
And then starts to move up.
He got a
and
little
then
bit
this
loose.
happens.
Kurt was all over the back of him, and there he goes.
So I kind of see that being a choke, but at the same time,
Tony's dropped the window
it's
now
great.
on
It's
his
kind
car.
of
That's
it's
a
part of
signal to
racing.
safety workers that he is okay.
I think he might be a little bit
This
more
is a
aggressive in this
choke.
situation. Only 'cause
Easily.
I think the 40.
Very easily, Ambrose choked this one away.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry.
He's
I
lost,
mean,
lost a gear.
this is a race that Ambrose should have
This is gonna
had,
be
but
interesting.
he
Jimmy
choked it
Johnson
away at the same
riding
time.
second as we sit right now on
So that's
track,
on
and
him.
more on him with Ralph.
Well, Chad Knaus is the NASCAR official here talking about what they can do, and it looks like he just got a gift. He just said, Chad Knaus said, you just got the gift for the day. That's it. It looks like Marcus was not allowed to go back to his spot.
Yeah.
So that is absolutely huge.
That is very big, but that is the rule.
That's the rule. We got into that a couple of years ago at a couple of guys trying to get to the end of the race, starting and stopping, who beat who back to the line, who was this, and that's the rule. Marcus started around the corner here, and when he did, the car was cut off. When he coasted up there, it would not fire. He had to pull over. They went around him. He lost positions. You have to maintain speed.
Choking is just a part of racing. I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, whether if you like it or not, even if it happens to your favorite driver, or if it happens to the driver that you like the least, it's just what it is. I mean, I don't know how it's to really put it, but anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. Want to thank you guys a lot for watching. If you like this video, be sure to give it a like, and if you haven't considered subscribing yet, recommend you do so to keep up with some fine content coming out in the near future. Be sure to put down in the comments what you'd like to see me react to next, NASCAR related, and that pretty much does it for me. I'll see you in the next one.